Book of Mark, chapter 8, and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Already. Shalom, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
When somebody giving all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I read the brothers from down Texas, Florida, from the camp prophets in Babylon. All right, coming to a little willing edifying lesson. All right, double honors to the elder and apostle, great MILLSTONE, teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who push this work into sincerity. To the scattered brother, I'm the brother, I'm one next to me, I'm the brother.
ATHAM.
All right, and we're gonna go into it, man. All right, because today's lesson, I was gonna touch up on these topics with these celebrities and these wicked women, man. All right, because you've been seeing a lot going on with these celebrities, man. They're catching that hell, man. Okay, which shows you, tying it back to the scriptures, man, that there ain't gonna be no escaping when it comes to these curses, man.
Right.
Ain't no jumping around, ain't no getting free, ain't no, you find somewhere access out of hell, man.
Yeah.
You gonna get caught up with the same curses that we dealing with today, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The Tory Lanez situation.
The Tory Lanez.
Time to come to find out, Megan never really even got shot in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
They said that she stepped on glass. Okay, but she's not getting punished or she's not getting persecuted after they just locked this man Tory Lanez up, and then they happened to find this out mysteriously after Tory Lanez gets stabbed up in prison, man.
Right. This man got stabbed up like 14 times.
Yep.
Okay. He got gut up real bad, man.
Critical condition.
Which shows you the wickedness of these women, man. Hey, we're gonna touch up on that though, okay? But the spirit going, go into it. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Mark chapter 8 and verse 36, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Yeah, so what shall profit a man if he shall gain these things of this world, but lose his own soul, which within the sacrifice you have to make?
Yeah.
You see, because when you go to dancing with the devil, man, going dancing with going to get all these,
accolades and shit.
Yeah, all these benefits, that's gonna require something from you, man.
A lot of sacrifice.
Exactly. That's why you have it with these celebrities, when they go into the industry, all right, of the music, or even being an actor, all right, they're required to do certain things that's unseemly, man.
Yeah.
Okay, which they'll be required to go and go commit a sacrifice where it might require your family member, man.
Yeah.
It might require a loved one, a close one. All right.
You might have to give a life.
Yeah.
You might have to give your backbone.
And
you're gonna have to give all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you gotta understand about this life, you're gonna either have to sacrifice for the Lord or you're gonna have to sacrifice for the devil.
Right, Esau.
Yeah, so pick what you're gonna sacrifice for.
Right.
And you better choose life. But these niggas chose death just so they can live a little bit on this side.
Exactly.
We chose life so that we can live eternally.
Exactly. Yep.
These niggas don't understand that. That's why you had Tory Lanez. The whole situation with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion is deeper than that. This nigga must have missed out on some sacrifices or something. They set him up using Megan Thee Stallion.
Right, because you had it where he had a video a while back before they even locked him up. How he was saying he cracked, the industry by what he had did. Now, mind you, these industry plants and these industry people, man, they have to, report back to the label, all right? But he was able to find out the ins and outs when it came to that, that business, okay, for the lack of better words. And he was exposed it. He exposed it, and he was telling them what, he know this, he know that, hey, get up with him. So with that, you had a whole commotion of that, all right, the background story of it, leading to this man being framed and being put in jail, But it shows you the price that comes when you go out here, dealing with and signing yourself away when it comes to Esau, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, bring it back.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world?
And this devil, he'll give you cars, fame, clothes, women. He'll give you the whole nine.
Yeah.
But it's going to require something of you. Go ahead.
And lose his own soul.
Right. And that's why you got a lot of these people who are rappers, all right, today and even back then, that you'll see a family member go missing or a family member might die in some tragic accident, all right, or something mysteriously happen with these individuals where they got to, they have to do a ritual, okay, because it's required of them, which is that piece, that giving that they have to give for that fame, okay? It says, go ahead.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Right. So it's sacrifices that these devils have to do, man. Okay? These devils will have it where they'll say, okay, look, we want you to do this. We want you to do that. Okay? And it might be something as simple as put on a dress. It might be something as simple as you got to be a booger in a movie, man. And play as or act as a booger,
you gotta
man.
do a kissing scene with another
Kissing
man
scene.
in the movie.
Yeah. And that's what we see today. That's why this world got to be destroyed, man. And it's going to be destroyed with thermonuclear fire.
Which they had Denzel Washington do a kissing scene and they didn't even put it in the movie.
Yeah.
You just kissed a nigga for nothing, man. So I thought the kissing scene was gonna be in the movie. They didn't even put it in there. They got you kissing other niggas on live television in front of everybody. These are rituals.
Right.
Which in fact it was exposed. Forget who was exposed by. Gotta drop my knowledge on that, but he said that those Diddy parties, the Diddy parties wasn't. It was Cassie Slucky. Cassie exposed that. She said that those Diddy parties, they weren't parties, they were rituals, man. So in every room, where all these rooms they were in with this baby oil and shit, they were doing rituals, sex rituals, occult rituals.
Yeah,
right?
that's what they do. All right, these wicked elites, they set up these things, all right, so that they can participate within these wicked rituals, man. This is how they push that high vibration of wickedness out on the earth.
Yeah.
You see, just like when you go to these wicked pagan holidays, they're constantly being pushed, okay, heavier and heavier each year, okay, because you have more people who are indulging into it. Same thing with the music industry, man. There's more people who are indulging to that. All right, new generation. Look at this. Look at these YNs, man. Look how they just be switching people up and killing each other. That's because that's being taken place behind closed doors with these rituals. Go ahead.
This book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right, and that's a lot of these people who are within the industry today. You know, they was greedy enough to just want money and money. You know, and that led to what? That led to them, you know, having to deal with the sickness that comes with it. You know, that's why a lot of these individuals have been in the industry, man. They be sick. All right, they be wearing dark shade glasses.
All they ass got STDs, man.
Be having all kinds of stuff going on with them behind it. Because what? This is the price of fame. Okay? This is the price of when you sign and dot your name on that contract, you sell yourself away to these devils. You see? And it's a beautiful point, you know, to be made because you had some brothers that had opportunities to be an NFL player. You had brothers that became rappers. You had brothers that could have became something, actor, whatever. But turn that down for YAHAWASHI. Okay? And look at the outcome of this.
Brother Nagan, Shalom,
YAHAWASHI. Okay? The point is that these people who get into these businesses, man, all right, with these corporations, hey, there's some wickedness going on behind doors, and it's all in the scriptures that brings it out.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
Now, if you grab that word coveted, okay, you grab that word coveted, these people are greedy. That's all they think about. Money. That's why you got that one song, money. And then it tell you what a Jake would do to keep that money, or what they'll do to have that money. Go ahead.
So coveted, the definition of coveted says greatly desired or envied.
Right.
To covet means to yearn, to possess, or have something.
All right, and that's what an individual would do, all right, when it comes to these funds, when it comes to money being offered to you. That's why you got Jake, when they get ready to sign a contract, they ain't never seen 100,000 or 200,000 or even millions. And they sitting here putting in your face. That sounds like Jake genuinely just, you know,
Get the bending over for it.
yeah, quick. They be like, damn, it's a $200 million in front of me. What you want me to do? Shit, I ain't never seen no kind of money like that. That's what Jake desired, to get out the hood. That's why they go get Jake to be in the hood and the ghettos, you know, because they know what your mind it desires.
Yeah,
Right?
they know what you want. They know what you're tempted by. The nigga flashed a few $100s in your face and you ready to bend over for it. Okay? So that covetousness, that's why the scriptures say, envy not the glory of the wicked or the glory of the sinner. All right? Because these niggas wicked. They got all the shit in the world, but these niggas are wicked. don't envy them because you're going to end up coveting the things that they have and doing some sick shit to get it.
Well,
the only way you're going to get it in this world is if you do some sick shit. Okay, but the Lord going to give you things that you need in righteousness.
Well, the scripture says what? Envy thou not thy oppressor.
Yep.
You can grab that too. Matter of fact, there's 2 scriptures I want you to grab on that. Okay, because backing you up, you know, you trying to race and chase after these things, man, it's going to lead to destruction. All right? Everything here is going to be just destroyed with thermonuclear fire. So what you chasing? You chasing destruction. That's all. You know? Go ahead.
It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
That's why you hear a lot of these rappers, man, in their songs. They be talking about how they can't look themselves in the mirror, how they can't go to sleep, how they suffering,
how they wish they stayed normal.
Yeah, I was in a truck with my coworker. He had this damn J. Cole song on. Forgot what it was called. But he was saying in the song, all right, he was like, you know, don't pretty much try to, you know, get the rich life, man. You know, if I could, I would have stayed broke. You know,
it's too late for him now.
Yeah, he would have stayed broke.
He done sign that contract. He's got a lot of deals. He's got to uphold. A lot of sacrifices he's got to maintain, or they're gonna take his ass out of the game. You can't go back anymore. It's the same thing with the street. Once you come in it, you can't go back to the world, or you got a greater condemnation. Once you go into this wicked world and sell your soul to these devils, you can't go back into the world. They're gonna make a fool out of you. They're gonna publicly stone your ass and put you in prison. Look at Diddy. Look at Bill Cosby.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And look at DDG.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You see? But it shows you because, look, you done signed yourself away to these devils. You done sat there and didn't really fully read the contract you were signing. Now you done became a slave to these labels, man. You see? You done became a slave. Now you are required to hit this amount of albums this year or in 5 years, or your ass on the chopping list, man.
Yeah.
You see? They have to maintain that image, and only maintain that image, you have to do sick things, okay, rituals, all right. If you ain't pay this off, or you was in debt with this, you gotta. That's why you see what Meek Mills. Look how Meek Mills was, man, over here hopping in on
bunny hops
on 1 foot like a bunny, man.
At Michael Rubin house.
Yeah.
Those guys are known Sato. What he doing at little baby? What little baby doing at his party?
White party, the all white parties.
If you get invited to them parties, you gotta go to those parties. You think little baby wanted to be in that party, shaking ass and getting hugged on by a full-blown Sato and his friends? No, man. Maybe, hey, shit, I don't know. These niggas wicked. Maybe he did want to go to the party. But for what I know, you gotta attend these things, man. That's why they attend these Diddy parties. They got these cameras set up in the room. If you try to say anything against them, they got this evidence against you. They can bring this out and all of a sudden, boom. So look, they got actual episodes on Tubi and on these streaming apps talking about the downfall of Diddy, the fall of the house of Diddy and shit. Okay, all these news articles, and then they got TV shows about these niggas falling. Okay, because these were celebrity giants, but they had great falls. Because what? They didn't uphold their deals with these Edomites.
Right.
You make these deals with the devils, you gotta walk a certain way. You can't live the same life. You got paparazzi following you all the time. Oh, such and such just hit his child in public. And then the whole fucking world is publicly stoning your ass now.
Right, because these record labels, man, they have higher upper class people in power. Okay, simply put it.
Yeah,
so they know they can make shit shake, man.
All them radio fucking
stations.
Yeah, the industries and shit, they owned by the small hats, man. What you think they doing? I mean, you can't say certain shit. Look what they did to the dude off Wild 'N Out.
Oh, Nick Cannon.
Okay?
They hushed him up.
Look what they did to Kanye.
Yep.
Okay, once you start speaking against certain things like these small hats, you gonna understand who's in power. Okay, because you can't speak against these motherfuckers. They gonna take everything from you. I got Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Right. Hey, choose none of his ways. See, Esau know how to get you niggas, man. But see, you niggas don't know the ins and the outs when it comes to these devils, man. See, he know how to play He know how to play his cards right, man. He'll have you doing shit backwards while he doing shit forward. You see? Right? You trying to envy him and fall out to him, he gonna do stuff the right way. But he gonna have you doing the wrong way, man. Look how these women and look how these people operate today. Completely backwards, man. Why you envying your oppressor who's sitting there to oppress you? What the hell? They sit there to jack you up. Scriptures say not to envy the oppressor, man. All right? They focus on how to destroy you, and you trying to still be like them. Look at Eve with all the weaving in hair. I was on a job, and I went to this house. Then Eve got a blue contacts in and blonde strips in her hair.
Self-hate. Self-hate at its perfect form.
Envying their oppressor.
You want to be leprous like these devils. You don't understand that. That's not a sign of beauty. That's a sign of uncleanness, of leprosy. Okay? Blue eyes, blonde hair. They're stripped of their melanin. Okay, the Lord put that mark upon them from the time of Cain and Abel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner.
That's the spirit. Read that. That's what it is.
Ecclesiasticus 9 and 11.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to grab. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
So you trying to become a rapper, an actor, all right, someone big and you know known. You don't know what the price that comes with it, man.
Yeah.
You don't know what they have to sacrifice to get where they at, and you trying to envy it, man. Scriptures tell you not to envy it, man, because you don't know what the punishment might be. What these wicked individuals are doing, man. Scriptures also tell you that our people lead them to error. Mm-hmm. You see, if you grab that too, you can bring that back though.
It says, envy not the glory of a sinner.
Mm-hmm. And they might put on this persona like they live in a glorious lifestyle. They got all the cars, fame, and precious this, precious that, diamond jewelry, ring, all that. But in reality, they suffering inside, man.
Yeah, and they show that shit off to set up more jakes.
Exactly.
Bro, you want this, you got to get it like me, nigga. Mm-hmm. And then they start setting, Jake started going and looking into how he can get a record label.
Right.
I had a friend in the world, this nigga to this day still thinking he gonna get signed. His older brother told him, hey, you know what you got to do to get signed, right? I told him with this older brother, I said, hey man, you got to be on that black couch if you really want to become something big in this world, bro. You're never gonna make it unless you go through these devils. And he was, nah, I'm gonna make it another way. I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it my own way. Do my own thing, yeah. That's what he said. So to this day, the nigga ain't nobody listen to the nigga music, man.
Right.
But now it's gonna get to a point where they gonna reach out to his ass and they gonna say, hey, we've been watching you. Mm-hmm. We've been watching. We see how you dance. We like how you move. We like your flexibility. Come on in tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm going to the studio tomorrow night, bro. I'm going to the studio tomorrow. Nigga, you going there to get buck broken. Right. They're going to buck break you, and then they're going to give you a paper to sign. They're going to say, this is what we're going to do. This is a video of you last night. Sign this paper or just get released. Mm. Before you know it, that nigga signing the paper.
Now you being blackballed.
Yeah, blackballed, yeah.
Now you being blackballed, blackmailed, just to do what master say. Yeah. You see? So Esau know how to get you, man. So why you trying to find a fit here, man? Go ahead.
It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
So you don't know what the end of these, celebrities' outcome is going to be. Yeah. Why you envying? You don't know what it could go down. Look at all these celebrities from 5 years ago to now. Starting with that guy, what was his name? P&B Rock. Look how he died, man. Mm. You had to do with Young Dolph. Look how he died. A lot of these niggas starting to die, man. Lord taking a lot of these motherfucking industry people out. Yeah. Okay? Rappers, actors.
You look how Pop Smoke died. They died in a restaurant. Who dropping the location of these niggas? As soon as they step out of them Beverly Hills.
Oh, you talking about P&B Rock?
That was P&B Rock?
Yeah.
Not Pop Smoke?
Nah, he died in his house. But it shows you, you're not safe, man.
Yeah. So like I was saying, who's dropping the location for these niggas? Who's really putting the hits out? Mm-hmm. Okay, these niggas are supposed to be giants. They got all this money, all these weapons and glory and fame and security and protection. but somehow they still getting bodied.
Mm-hmm.
XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
Okay, he got shot up in his car. They believe Drake sent a hit out on him. Okay, but who told Drake to do that? All right. It says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
So all these individuals had to do something sick, man. All right, something wicked, all right, to maintain what they had, all right, to keep that fame that they have.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know the outcome of that, and hey, a lot of these people ain't gonna just get a ticket up out of here and be scot free. Nah, man, they gotta taste judgment.
Yeah.
You see, they gotta taste judgment, man, on this side. All right.
Hey, I believe it was one of Diddy's producers. They said the Illuminati is real, and they're not going to protect Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to show you that these devils do got secret organizations set up. Everything that you consider to be that would consider to be a conspiracy theory is really a real thing.
Well, really, right now, nowadays, it's really not even a secret. These devils doing it right in front of you.
Yeah, you
throwing
don't
up some symbolic symbols,
666 symbols,
wicked symbols,
pedo symbols.
Come on, man. They just making it more. They just making it more known. All right, that what they are doing, what they was doing behind closed doors. Now they're doing out freely. Look how these people when they get on the stage. The demons start possessing these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
You got Beyonce, Sasha Fierce.
Crowd start chanting.
She started saying,
ritual, man.
She a witch, man. And these are the things that we have to deal with, seeing it vexes our spirit every day.
Right.
Because what? Hey, we hoping and praying that this is utterly destroyed with every day, man. Go ahead.
It says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. A nigga sang that song, I got the money. Money in the cars in the clothes, the hoes, I suppose. So all these things that these niggas glorifying, and the Lord say don't delight in those things. They had to do some wicked shit to get these things. Okay? Jake in the background, Jake 5 years old watching these music videos on TV.
Right.
Damn, I want money, I want cars, I want clothes and hoes.
Grow up to be a little gremlin.
Grow up to be a nigga.
Yeah.
And yeah, they flexing their guns and shit. They telling you to kill each other, man. Jake grew up never making it. They just grew up shooting each other over fucking street names that they never came up with.
Yeah. You had that one little kid who was a rapper, or whatever you want to call a little gremlin. All right. King. King, there's something his name like that. King. All right. Look how he turned out. You see? The generation that you see now, man, is through. And only what's gonna help them is what? A clean slate. And that fire gonna do it, man.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err,
Right.
and they that are led of them are destroyed.
And they that are led them are destroyed. You got these people who are in high position that's misleading our people. Jake is completely consumed by the way of this world. Okay, by the ways of this sick individuals, man. All right? They so highly influenced by them. Jake killing themselves, Jake going to these concerts and celebrating them and turning up and going home and doing a complete wickedness, man.
Yep.
All kinds of crazy. Look at what's her name? Sexy Red.
Yep.
Bitch came out with some product of hers that was what was it?
Lip gloss.
Lip gloss, and then it was saying what? All kinds of
STDs.
Yeah,
This one's called
STDs,
gonorrhea.
man.
This one's called herpes or some shit.
Yeah,
This is nasty, man. The scriptures say folly is set in great dignity.
Mm-hmm.
So they put these foolish things in great dignity. They admire the foolish things of this world, but the righteous things are abased.
Yeah.
The righteous things are mocked at and scoffed at and made fun of.
Yeah,
You try to be righteous, you try to do the right thing. Jake bullying you, oh, you a Malcolm X ass nigga. Your own family members.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's what they did to YAHAWASHI.
Yeah.
They did the same thing to YAHAWASHI. They said, is this not the carpenter's son, Joseph? Okay, so they're doing the same thing to us, man. That's why the scripture said a prophet is not honored in his own city, and amongst his own kin he's not honored. But these niggas want honor so bad that they go and sell they back hole for it. They selling all their holes just to get a little bit of money, man.
right. And they be very powerful about it. That's why the scripture says, why its ass is proud. You
I
know.
got that.
You gotta go ahead.
It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, which these our people chose their own leaders, which is these celebrities. That's why somebody come up to you, they ask, who's your idol? They worship these fuckers, man. And you literally worshiping these niggas.
Yeah, they ask, oh, who you wish you could be? Or who's your favorite rapper? Or who's this and that?
Yeah, because when you didn't know what that meant, when you was younger, what does that mean? Who do you want to be like? Who do you wish you could be like?
I want to be like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, and then after that, you living your whole life trying to be like Lil Wayne.
You I want to be a rapper. What? I was watching one video a little minute back. She walked up to the stand. They say, you know, they asking her what the kids want to be and stuff. She told me, I want to be pregnant.
Damn.
What? Pregnant? Take little kid, man.
Little
you
girl.
know? But you got it, bro.
Little Eve, little baby Eve. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Right. So the outcome of, you know, thinking that everything Gucci and cream with these leaders, man, is gonna lead you to destruction. Ultimately.
You
All
had
right.
this woman come out on video saying, we need to figure out what Trina got going on, because she told us to be a trick. She told us how we should treat these niggas and all, and she married, and we still single. Okay, so she was upset. She was highly upset about that because she felt like she been bamboozled. She said it. She said, we been bamboozled. Why all these women are telling us to do this and do that and to trick and do this and stay independent, and they fucking married.
That's like that one time with Cardi B.
Damn, boy.
Cardi, you had an Offset say she said she don't cook, she don't clean, but she was in that motherfucker cooking and cleaning.
Yeah.
Hey man, they
That's a
lied
facade,
to you.
man.
Yeah.
And these devils tell them what to do in these music videos. They tell them, hey, tote the pistol, tote the Glock, Jamal. Talk about drugs. Talk about how you're gonna kill somebody for not selling the right amount of drugs. And that's what these niggas do. They act these things out.
Talk about your opposition.
Right.
They don't say opposition. Talk about your opposition.
Talk about sleeping with your brother's wife.
Wow.
That's gonna be a banger. What do you think, Jamal?
This is a good hit. Give you a topic to talk about.
And Jake naturally don't want to do that shit. A lot of Jake come in there to actually they used to have something called soul music.
Right, Jake will speak about they speak about their tragedies and they speak about things they actually been through.
Yeah,
you know.
Jake will go in there and they'll sing soul music that's gonna hit the soul, that's gonna make you feel something. But when they get in there, they sign these record labels, they sign to these companies, and nigga, we don't want to hear that. Go in there and rap about how you gonna kill your homeboy tonight. YNW Melly.
Yep.
If not, I'll YNW Melly. Like at this point, this nigga's used as a proverb for killing your homeboy.
Right.
So these things are glorified on this side, okay? So that scripture we just brought out, the leaders brought people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. They cause you to be destroyed, bro.
And you don't see this amongst other nations, man.
Right.
As heavy it is upon our people. Jay, all in the music industry, all on these, you know, music. All on these stations. Okay, whether it's TV, radio, it's always the Jake being, you know, looked at as crazy. Okay, because the things they're doing, it's not usual. Like you go over here, look at these damn Edomites, man. They got country music and shit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You go over there,
Playing
you
a
listen,
guitar,
you don't hear
piano.
him catch his ass, I'm gonna blow his head off. Got a mazooka, I'm gonna zoodle at him.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
I seen a post. Jake said, "Black culture is death and destruction."
Yeah.
That's all Jake talk about is death and destruction. How to kill each other, how to destroy one another.
Well, that's the scripture that you said. That's leading to error.
Yep.
You know, to be what? Destroyed, man.
Yeah. You got DDG. He's getting persecuted by his own woman. He got all this fame, all this money, and he's still under the curses.
Still under curses. Ain't no escaping. You see? Being oppressed by his own woman, man. She out there sleeping with another man or being with another man. You see? Ain't no escaping it, man.
Or Cassie, she coming out with all the shit that she had to go through with D, and she got a whole other husband at home. I know he hearing this shit, and he looking like, you ain't telling me you went through all of that. There's new things coming out about you every court day. What else did you do? Okay, because she did the most wicked of the wicked, man. And Diddy had her subject to all that shit. Now Diddy's suffering, but that's not his only suffering he's about to receive because he had a corrupt crown. These devils, these niggas want a corrupted crown. You get his corruptible crown. These devils betray you, put you under the prison, okay, tarnish your name,
kill you.
Okay, and then you got to suffer the punishment of the Lord, the wrath of the Lord after that. So it's not worth it, bro. I got Ecclesiastes 10 and 9.
Go ahead.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Right.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
You got it, bro.
So, hey, it's not more wicked thing than a covetous man. You want. Oh, I want money. Oh, I want those cars. Oh, I want those hoes. Oh, I want to make videos. That's why whenever Jake trying to come up in the music industry, they making music videos in the same fashion as the way these niggas making it, man. The leaders of our people, so-called. Because Jake chose their own leaders. The true leaders of our people were supposed to be the prophets. The true prophets. But these niggas are choosing celebrity. Who's your idol? You asking me, who do I worship? Because these niggas worship. They worship celebrities, man. And so when they do these things, they fashion their lives after their music videos, or after their songs, after the lyrics, or because you like the beat. Little do you know, they subconsciously putting these words into your mind to kill, steal, and destroy. And Jake go out, turn around, and act these things out. And now you in prison because you followed after your idol Lil Wayne. Now you under the prison. Okay, now you're a career criminal because you can't get right. You want to live like your fucking idol so bad. He said that's who you worship.
A career criminal.
Yeah, that's their career, is to be a fucking criminal. This shit only gets worse. It says there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such a one setteth his own soul to sale.
And you wonder why Trump talking about the blacks talking about that they want more police patrolling in the neighborhood.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I ain't hear nobody say that shit.
What?
Jay will never say that
But
shit
it's
like
because
that.
you said what? Jay got a goddamn career of being a criminal, man.
Yep. Yeah. That's police headquarters already. And he's talking about putting more in the neighborhood. That's at this point, that's gonna be martial law.
They ready to seize all the criminals.
Yeah.
And they including you niggas in that, man.
Yeah. They ready to catch you niggas doing some shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I grew up in the hood. I was walking down the street. There's always cops running up and down the street. But at the moment I'm getting fucking robbed at gunpoint, ain't no cops. So you niggas ain't doing your job, man. Even if you in the neighborhood, you ain't doing your job. You just fucking with Jake. And you letting them fuck each other up.
Yep.
Yeah, what that bitch say on the live stream? She said, I honestly believe that you blacks would have been eliminated or eradicated already if you had better aim.
Yep.
And then she made mockery, said you shoot the gun like this, sideways, instead of actually aiming at it. She said, you can't mess with us, you can't mess with duck hunters.
Yeah,
Talking
duck
about
hunter, yeah.
hunting ducks and shit, man. These devils getting ready to come down with great wrath on you, Jakes, man. It says, for such a one setteth his own soul to sell, so you selling your soul and all your holes. Just because you want a little bit of extra crumbs from Master's table. Master goes back to oppression.
And you had a what? Being Diddy, when he was doing all those damn parties, you had all these celebrities before they got some type of increase of their fame, they would go to those parties.
Yeah.
Like Devin Haney.
Well, they had times where Diddy was telling, hey, I will make sure you get the Oscars this year.
Right.
I'll make sure you get a Grammy
Promising
this
them
year.
that.
Yeah.
Ushering them.
Not this year, next year, if you just do these things. Okay? And if you go into what was going on in the parties, I don't think it's lawful to even utter this shit, man. Okay? It's just sick. It's very sick, and I don't even want such shit in my mind. Alright? But these devils, what these niggas was doing behind closed doors, is now being brought to the light. Okay? And they can only give you so much because it all leads back to the elites. It all leads back to the small hats. So they're not going to give you everything. They're going to give you the little things that you see with Diddy.
Right.
Diddy know what's going on. Man, these small hats set my ass up. I forgot to pay the ass last week. I forgot to pay him a visit to the Black House the past 3 weeks. Now I'm here in the prison and they tarnishing my name.
Yeah.
You seen his daughters, they ran out of the court. They stormed out of the court after they heard what Cassie was doing and with Diddy, man. They didn't want to hear that shit. Damn, this is what our dad was doing?
Unseemly, man.
Yeah. Very wicked.
Yep.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
They had them doing things that were inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Things that you ain't supposed to be doing. All right. the right way you're supposed to be doing things, they was doing it all backwards, the complete opposite. Sick individuals, man. And those are the things that Esau he thrives off, man. He thrives off of those things. He gets a thrill out of it. Right?
Right, because as long as you following after the devil, that's why the scriptures say, ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Okay? So the things that they're doing is really what Edomites be doing.
Yeah, you got that too, huh?
It says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, and verse 19, fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked.
It says, now be what? Bring it back.
Neither be thou envious at the wicked.
Right, because what?
Jealous. Don't be jealous of these niggas, man.
For what? You would be jealous and then end up just like how this nigga is? Go ahead.
It says, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. That candle, they gonna get their candle snuffed out, man.
Hey, yeah, and they gonna be dealt with. They gonna get dealt with, man. And there ain't gonna be no escaping. All right. That's why the scripture says also say if you want to grab it, it goes into how it go, man. Dang. Go want to come back to me. But you know, pretty much if you dang man, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about? If you
Hand
got
join
it,
a
shot.
hand.
Yeah, hand join a hand. You see? So if you partake in the things with these devils, okay, and when they get their shit snuffed out, you don't think you gonna get yours snuffed out?
Right.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
Scripture said, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21, in the NIV, it says, be sure of this, the wicked will not go unpunished, but those who are righteous will go free.
Right. So the wicked are not gonna go unpunished. All right, but those that are righteous will go free. So look out for those who are doing what's right. But the ones who are being wicked, you gonna have to get dealt with, man. Go ahead.
KJV. Proverbs 11:21 in the KJV, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Right. And that's why ultimately being in this truth, right, receiving this word, all right, it's a great benefit, man, through the spirit of BAHASHAM. Because look at that. By doing things and seeking YAHAWASHI, okay, and doing those things is being required of us, it's going to keep us out of trouble. All right, it's going to keep us out of ways of where judgment is going to be taking place. You see? And that's what we give all honor and praise to YAHAWASHI. All right, this truth is what really matters, man. You know, to hell with a career, to hell with being a rapper, someone famous, or some big time drug dealer, whatever JB trying to chase out the man. To hell with that. You know, in the times you gotta seek the Lord, man, before all hell break loose. Judgment's about to take place on a greater level. Destruction, famine, okay, pestilence.
Right.
America is through.
Appreciate
All right, go ahead.
This book Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed of what thou speakest. Exalt.
You gotta go back. Keep going.
Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Yahweh shall discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation. So
You got it.
Diddy got his secrets discovered. These Jake want to be so big and bold. You gonna have to exalt yourself. This devil requires you to exalt yourself. This is high level Satanism. If you want to be somebody in this world, you want to be famous, you want to be a rapper, you want to be an actor, whatever it may be, you want to be a face in Esau's kingdom, you're going to have to meet Esau's requirements, which is the law of Satanism, the law of wickedness, the law of evil. You got to accomplish these things. You got to make yourself an abomination in the sight of Yahawah in order to maintain a proper fame and wealth here in this world, man.
You got to be completely unclean.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be completely sick, man.
That's why Bad Baby's saying she had to go kill a chicken every week. Okay, sacrifice a chicken, drink chicken blood and shit. These devils are doing sick rituals and much witchcraft to make themselves more abominable in the sight of the Lord, and they're getting some crumbs, rewarded some crumbs for it.
Like temporary crumbs like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Shit gonna burn.
you getting a temporary reward, just for everything to be destroyed that you built it up, man.
And now the dollar's collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see Jay-Z and Beyonce reaching out to these streamers like Kai Cenat, DDG.
They trying to invest in other things that's gonna make them more profit, but they ain't gonna make them no profit, man, because this place is through. You know, because you have whatever. That's all online profit, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can easily work some out with that, but you gotta they have no more leverage here, man. You know, they doing all this for a temporary rule while they have it, and they know that.
Yeah.
You
Jay-Z
know?
and Beyonce, they sign a lot of people.
They on their last leg.
They sign a lot of people, and that's how they get their money. So these new people that they signing on, they got to get them a cut. Okay, so that's how they make their money. That's why these DDG got sent a bottle with a message on it.
Right.
Some other guy after him got sent a bottle too, saying
He was a
stay in
streamer.
your jurisdiction.
He was a streamer.
Basically saying stay in your lane. Don't stop worrying about what's going on over here. Stop talking that shit, or we gonna silence you.
And that's how they stay relevant, man.
That's right.
You know, that's how they stay relevant. Or their image of fame and wealth is gonna die out.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Well,
Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul, and so YAHAWASHI discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation. More secrets leaking out about these celebrities more and more every day. Oh, Diddy was caught doing this. R. Kelly was caught doing this. Drake was caught doing this. It's just more and more. You're seeing that this world is collapsing, and so is its deceptions, which includes you celebrities. You celebrities are a major part of Esau's deceptions.
right, because you was joined hand in hand with him.
That's right. It says, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, but thy heart is full of deceit. So these niggas full of deceit, and they ready to deceive their own people and lead their own people to destruction just so they can feed their own belly. So you say he cast away his own bowels. This nigga, you can't stand your own self. You ready to sell and give up anything just to feed your own belly. Okay, which there was a video came out where this guy was in a party. They invited him to a party, and everybody in that party was there to get famous. But he had to go through 7 different rooms, and these rooms represented the 7 deadly sins or whatever the hell he was talking about. This is what those rooms represented. So they had a room of greed, a room of lust where everybody was just getting at it with each other. Okay, a room of greed where everybody was eating the food and not finishing it and slamming on the floor, stepping on it, and shitting on the food, and it was just disgusting, man. But the last room they got to, the second to the last room they got to, is that they had the Bible, they had the Quran, they had every religious book, and whatever these people believed in, they had to put their hand on it and say that they're gonna serve their own belly instead. So that's what Satanism is just serving your own belly. That's why the birthday is the most wicked holiday to celebrate, because it's self-idolatry,
Self-worship.
Yeah, self-worship through Allah. Okay, so now you're exalting yourself instead of exalting the Lord. YAHAWASHI. These people don't realize what they were put on earth for, man.
That's why when it comes to these people celebrating these things, that's why you see so much judgment go out, man. That's why you see death left and right when it comes. This person died on their birthday, got crushed through with a damn semi. You know, or this person died this way, a damn building fell on them. You know, look at those people that died over there in the DR, man. You know, in that nightclub. You have people probably celebrating their birthday, celebrating something that was going on. All the celebrating shit got to be put to an end. You know, there's gonna be a lot more collapsing soon. We seeing a collapse right now. Esau, Edom's kingdom.
That's right. That's why these celebrities are falling too, because they're a big part of Esau's kingdom. They do a major part for this devil, which is deceiving the masses and brainwashing everybody, man.
Right.
That's why when they had the C9 come out, they had celebrities on TV taking it. Oh, be like your idol and take the yab. You know.
You had little Uzi. He came on stage dressed up like a female, man.
Like Lil Mom.
Yeah. Come out there and people were saying that I guess they were saying something out in the crowd. He was like, "You going to hell with me? You going to hell with me?"
Right. Yeah.
You know, something like that. Not quoting exactly, but you know, I just tell you all these celebrities are sick.
If if you listen to these songs, you're going to hell with me.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's all he's saying, man. So it shows you got those concerts and stuff. Jake be out there celebrating and shit, and then find themselves the whole concert catch on fire somewhere. like that Travis Scott. Yeah,
and
man.
That's the downfall. A lot of these men that exalt themselves is always by a woman. Okay, look at Alazar. Okay, so-called gorilla Hebrew. Look at how he fell.
Oh yeah,
Behind a
major
woman.
fall.
Major fall in front of the whole congregation. Look at Diddy behind a woman. A woman exposed his ass. And all his secrets were leaked, and now he's on the front page. Look at EDG. What's that girl name? Haley Berry or whatever.
Haley Besley or some shit.
Yeah, that bitch ain't even she's not even a 5.
And she just to be
She's not even a 3.
she be the contradicting herself.
Yeah.
Sitting there talking about he the best father, and then turn around and say,
Got him on child
you
support.
know, got him a restraining order.
She wants
Yeah, you
sole
can do-
custody of her son.
We can get in that too, man. With these wicked women.
This book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Right. Because what? If you do that, these women know how to utilize those things to their advantage. Just like you seen with this guy DDG, man. They got taking his kid, all right, you know, taking his kid and using it against him, or using what I guess happened behind closed doors, you know, whatever it might be. She using that and using it to her advantage to get that leverage over him, man.
Right.
You know. Go ahead.
Oh, that was one. I got another one.
So get out of that strength, man. Let them women have that shit, man. You know, you want to take it, have that shit. You have that shit, man. Ain't got time for that. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he had held a scorpion. It's like holding a scorpion, which is poisonous.
Right.
It's gonna kill you over time. That scorpion keeps stinging you. That poison gonna kill you.
Hey, it's like you holding a scorpion and he's got the tail hanging around it. You like trying not to get hit by that mother.
Right.
It's throwing a stick at you.
It's a tightrope.
You like,
on a tightrope.
Oh, can't hold the mother.
Yeah, you dodging bullets, man, around these women. Okay, especially the so-called black woman, bro.
Eve. Oh,
that's the worst.
gosh.
These women are dragons. Okay, they will drag you through hell and back before they admit their faults or their wrongs to you. Before they take responsibility for what they did wrong.
Prideful as hell.
They gonna take your ass to court and persecute you for the rest of your life before they admit that they was wrong. At the end of their life, they may admit, "I'm sorry for what I did to you." When
too
she's
late.
fucking old and gray, and you're about to go and turn into a grave, and your life is already over. And yeah, at the end, she's gonna say she might apologize because she want to be in good graces with the Lord.
Right.
But the whole life, she gonna make you fucking suffer, man. That's why you can't give these women that kind of power.
You had it with the guy Diddy G, and the girl, she wanted to talk about how she would go hand in hand. She was saying what she was saying. She was saying that she pretty much if she got into some argument or whatever with somebody or in a relationship, she got the mouth to back it up, like go back and forth with you.
Nah, that shit.
She ain't letting up.
That's a major red flag, brothers. If you ever deal with a woman, from my personal experience, you know, if a woman start mouthing you in the beginning, cut her ass off, send her ass by the way, because that's the first sign of a whole life full of disrespect, a whole life full of problems, a whole life full of tribulation. If you lay the rules out, you gonna deal with a woman, you lay out the rules of the covenant, because really a marriage is just a covenant. It's a covenant between man and woman. Okay, you gonna come and join bodies with me. This is what I need you to do, and this is what I'm gonna do for you.
Hey,
you lay the rules out, and if they don't agree with that shit, all right, there's the door.
You can go.
There's a revolving door.
That's why. That's why when you meet up with one, hey, straight off the bat, hey, I ain't none of that.
I ain't with none of that shit.
This, and that. You
This
like
my
it?
shit.
Like bro said, it's a revolving door.
Right, yeah. You get
One
your
don't
ass
come,
out.
another one come.
Exactly.
One out, one coming.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 23.
And they be sitting there like, trying to make it.
Right. What? That's when it really hit them.
Yeah.
You really hit them right then and there, because now you put it all on the table before you even had to go through all of that shit.
Yeah.
You put it all on the table. Hey, before any shit like this happen, if you ever talk back to me, it's gonna be a problem.
Crazy.
I'm not having none of that shit. If you tell them like that straight up, they either gonna get with the program or they gonna fucking leave.
Right.
And that's just what it is. A woman is more honest with you when she first meets you rather than later on in a relationship. It says, Ecclesiasticus 25 and 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
It said, make of the heavy countenance.
Right.
And a wounded heart. That's why you got to choose these women very carefully, man. You know, because you'll be dealing with it, like the brother said, you'll be dealing with a dragon the whole time. You don't even know it.
Right.
You know, watch over her with a prudent eye. You got to be careful with these women, man. If Leo ass somewhere jacked up, you let them give them the strength.
Yeah. Or go out and trick and bring a disease back to your home.
Act like she love you. Kiss you with the same mouth she was just riding a carousel on, man.
Oh my gosh. You find out this video was out about her ass. She on OnlyFans and shit.
And then she denied.
Right. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
And your woman, and a woman has a job, man. You're supposed to be coming home. You're supposed to be able to lay down and rest. She's supposed to tend to the household. She's supposed to do certain things. She ain't doing none of that shit. That's when you start thinking like, what the fuck?
Right. Gotta kick in the ass.
Your ass gotta go, man.
Get the fuck on.
Your ass gotta go, man.
Yeah, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. Before you know it, y'all gonna be in that bitch WWE Friday Night Smackdowns.
Got that.
Trying to get something through to her. If a woman, if you can't get nothing through to a woman,
Nah.
don't put yourself through that shit, man. All right. It says, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. This is why the scriptures say you got hold of her. It's like you holding a scorpion because that poison gonna constantly eat away at you slowly over time. All right. She gonna make you weak hands and she gonna make your bones weak. She gonna make your days divide by 2. Okay. It's gonna feel like, oh man, I'm in hell. If a woman's supposed to be a pillar of rest, it turns out to be your pillar of stress, man. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
That's right. With this woman, man, that's why you see the way the world is now. It's just going straight to hell how it is now. You know, look at these women sick, man. Okay, through the woman, hey, we should all die, man.
Yeah.
You see? That's why you don't got a woman that's ruling the household, man. That's why there's order to things. That's why there's a man, okay, and then the woman, then the children. Because you got it. You leave a woman to do it, guess what she gonna do? It's gonna
to the kids.
Everything gonna be jacked up. It's gonna be complete confusion.
Yep.
You know. Look how Eve be running the household with just the mother being in there, and there ain't no father there. Look at it, gremlins, man. And what is leading them to? Either dead, someone in the grave, or someone in the prison system. Okay. We were just watching a video before we got here. Jake getting clocked up with a lock in the sock, man. You see? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. It's worse for these celebrity women. These jakes think they're escaping the curses by becoming a celebrity. Nah, shit, the curses might be amplified for your ass,
exactly.
to be honest. Because these women, because they gotta date women that are celebrities. They can't just go and pick up any random woman off the fucking side of the road. They gotta talk to women that are celebrities in their same echelon. This is a part of their rules. That's why you always see them getting with the same type of woman.
Or the same, or you know, this celebrity woman was sleeping with this man at the time.
And now
she with this celebrity man.
Sleeping with everybody on the fucking block, man. All these niggas probably live on the same street.
Yeah.
And the woman just bouncing from house to house.
That's what you have with Kanye and Drake.
Yeah. A woman shall be a harlot in the city.
He down the block from her.
And not only that, but these celebrity women are closest to Esau. Okay, they really up there in Esau's room. Like Esau, hey, you gotta go do this to your husband and do this to your husband. And then make a music video about it. Okay? Or take your husband to court and tell him that he did this to you.
Yeah, and these women have no shame, man. They have no shame in what they do. Okay? They have no shame.
It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad.
Right, don't give her no type of liberty to get abroad, because she get any opportunity. Starting from the father not being in the household, she get any opportunity. She gonna take full advantage. That's why you send a woman to go do something, you know. She might go in there and go to the stores. You have a woman might come outside dressing all provocative, You know what I'm saying? All kinds of shit. You gotta watch these women, man. Look how these women dress today. Look how they act today, man.
Attention seekers.
Yeah.
They're looking for the next rod to hop on. I seen a clip of a dude streaming with his woman, and they was getting ready to go somewhere, and she came out with her fucking ass hanging out the back of her shorts. He said, "What you got on?" He said, "Turn around." He said, "Take that shit off, man." She said, "I ain't taking that shit off. I'm not taking shit off. I'm going out like this. I'm just wearing what I want." On the stream. And dude, and it was Jake, so he got locked in. He said, "Well, you can leave. The door is open. You can walk out right now.
Right.
You're not gonna just sit here and tell me what you're gonna do and disrespect me. I run this shit, especially on stream."
She be wanting.
She wanted the stream to back her up.
Yeah.
Oh, fight for me. Oh, condemn him because he telling me what to wear. No, man. This is Esau shit. All right, but Jake still got their own natural ways that they supposed to live. It's built in their spirit.
Yeah.
You ain't wearing that shit. You ain't going out like that.
Yeah, but you a man, you know, what the fuck?
You know what that shit do.
You know what you doing. Get your ass back in that house. You know, but you want a man though. So you want a simp.
Right.
That's what you want.
You want a cuck. It says, "If she would not go as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her
Exactly
go."
what we was just saying. She don't want to get right with the program. Bye. Get another one.
Right.
I'll get another one.
Literally.
You ain't finna sit here and be around me acting like you ain't got no damn home training. That's what you got a husband for. That's what you got a man for. You don't want to listen? Bye. Take your ass out there and go, man. Ain't got time for that.